What's going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. If you ask me to define my childhood in terms of movies, I'd probably give you two that stand out. Number one is a Goofy movie, because even though it was a cartoon, I swore I was going to make it to a Powerline concert one day. However, the other movie, which is maybe not my favorite of all time, but definitely my favorite of my childhood, is Space Jam. I am a huge Space Jam fan. Space Jam actually came out on my birthday back in 1996. Now that lets you know how old I was, because I turned 10 years old that year. And actually, my mom took me to go see the movie in the movie theater, and then she even bought me the movie on VHS. If you kids don't know what VHS is, don't worry, they're like tapes. They're like big tapes you had to rewind. Don't worry about it. But she actually got me the movie on VHS as a gift. I never forget, I actually had a little silver coin that came with it. Anyway, if you don't know much about Space Jam, I'd love to give you a quick rundown. Here we go. All right, so there's an amusement park that's out in outer space. It's called Moron Mountain. It's declining, it's kind of trash, and the big sleazy alien guy that runs it, his name is Swackhammer, he decides that they need to do something to kind of spice up the place and to get more people coming in. So he sends a small group of little minion aliens that are called the Nerdlucks down to Earth to figure out what's really hot and who's really hot and what people really like to do. So the Nerdlucks do a little bit of research, and they find out that one of the most popular things on Earth is cartoons, namely the Looney Tunes. So they set out to go to Earth to go find the Looney Tunes, and they find them. But when they try to kidnap them, Bugs Bunny says, not so fast. If you want us to come out there, we gotta have some kind of a competition, some kind of a contest for you to win us to go out to Moron Mountain. Now, the Looney Tunes feel like, because the Nerdlucks are so small, one of the best ways to get them to win a contest is by doing a sporting event where being big and having a lot of size and stature works to your advantage. Basketball. The Nerdlucks figured that they need a little bit more energy, a little bit more power, so they actually set out to find the biggest NBA superstars back in '96, players like Sean Bradley, Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, and they actually steal their powers and contain them into a big basketball. Then all of them touch the basketball, and they inherit all of those NBA superstars' powers, grow huge in size, and they become what's known as the Monstars, a mixture of the word monster and superstar. And that's where today's sneaker comes in. Today, we are talking about the Lebron 17 Monstars. It's an amazing sneaker. We're getting ready to take a look at it. In the meantime, this is the box for the shoe. Regular Lebron 17 box. Nothing really special about it per se. Black and gold box. That's it. Let's look at the shoe. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nike LeBron 17 Monstars. Now, the formal title on the box actually says AS for All-Star. These actually dropped the week before, leading up to All-Star, in a shock drop on the Sneakers app. And then they had a bigger drop during All-Star weekend. The LeBron 17 Monstars is paying homage to Space Jam 2, which is the new version, the sequel to Space Jam, that's getting ready to come out sometime in 2020. The date I don't think is fully confirmed yet, but this one is starring LeBron James instead of Michael Jordan. We'll get to what happens in the rest of Space Jam after we take a look at the shoe. All right, starting with the upper of the shoe here. Now, again, it's a classic LeBron 17 as far as the silhouette, the materials, things of that nature goes, but I really love the color blocking here. Love what they're doing with the intimate details and the little nods to Space Jam as well. All navy blue knit posit upper on this sneaker. I love this knit posit material. Even though LeBron 17 is a little expensive at $225, it really is worth it when you take into consideration the technology and the materials they use. Knit posit is nice. Matter of fact, on the medial side of the sneaker here, you actually see a little tag that says LeBron Knit Posit right there. Now, what's funny is that on the other side of that tag, you actually see a little Space Jam logo there. Looking at the toe box of the shoe, one thing I really thought was nice is the fact that it's kind of this glittery, you see this kind of blue glitter that's all around the upper of the sneaker here. It kind of looks like space to me, kind of like outer space, which makes sense because that's where the Monstars are from. Now, staying on the tongue here, you get this really nice navy blue shroud over the tongue with this 0 that's stitched in white. Now, the 0 is actually the jersey number for all of the members of the Monstars team. Above that, on the right shoe, you actually get this really nice LeBron tongue here with this, I don't really know, it kind of feels like a basketball, honestly, but it's like this rubbery type of material, this plastic material here. I don't know, maybe if the Monstars, if we could feel their skin, maybe this is kind of what the Monstars skin would feel like, but you also see the LeBron lion inside of that tongue as well. So you still got the original LeBron 17 details here, but this one is orange. Now, the orange here here actually represents the skin of one of the Monstars. On the left sneaker here, you get the exact same tongue, except now it's in purple. Another one of the Monstars is also purple. On the heel of the shoe, this is probably my favorite portion of LeBron 17s. I really like how it goes from plain into kind of wearing away a bit at the shoe. You can kind of see these really nice swirls of color that are in the back of the sneaker, especially around the heel. And this is not exclusive to the Monstars. Every LeBron 17 has this really nice swirl of color, really beautiful details that go all around the heel of the shoe. I love that detail. As far as the midsole of the shoe here, up by the mud guard, you get this really nice navy blue rubber. However, on the back of the sneaker, wrapping around the heel, you get this really nice translucent purple plastic. I really like this. On the outsole of the sneaker here, again, you get these really nice purple swirls of color here with that really nice orange hit right in the heel with LeBron's signature. Really nice. No extra laces or anything, but really nice standard navy blue laces with the purple lace tips with this Volt green LeBron crown logo. Really nice. And last but certainly not least, you have this really nice insole here, all galaxy background with that Space Jam branding right on the heel. And that's pretty much it when it comes down to the shoe. Now, back to the movie. So basically, when the Monstars are created, the Looney Tunes realize that they're in a little bit of trouble. So they go and recruit one of the biggest basketball stars at the time, Michael Jordan, that just so happens to have just retired from the game of basketball and wanted to go and pursue other efforts, which include playing baseball. Again, like I said, it's a fictitious account of what actually was happening back then with Michael Jordan retiring for the first time from basketball, going to play baseball. Wasn't really all that great at baseball, I'm not gonna lie to you, and then eventually coming back into basketball. Space Jam kind of tells a very loose, fictitious story about how Michael Jordan came back into the game of basketball by saving the world from these aliens called the Monstars. Like I said, it's one of my favorite movies of my childhood. It's a hilarious movie, live action type of comedy. It's not all cartoon, it's not all live action. Love the movie, can't wait for the sequel to come out. Not only that, I don't know if you guys really remember, but the Space Jam soundtrack was possibly one of the best soundtracks of all time. I Believe I Can Fly, R. Kelly, got him 2 Grammy Awards, and there's so many other amazing songs that are on that soundtrack. One of my favorite soundtracks to this day. I don't know if you can tell or not, pretty excited about the new Space Jam. Now, do I think that this sneaker is worth $225? Yes, but not, I mean, I'm not a hooper, right? So I don't understand all the technology that goes into these sneakers that makes them $225. But that's not to say that I don't think that they're worth $225, because I know that there's some really impressive technology in here. I'm just not a technology type of person. I'm not a performance tester. I'm an aesthetics kind of guy. I'm a lifestyle kind of a guy. So I'm going to look at the shoe about how much I like it and the story and the details behind it to determine whether or not it's worth the price. And also what you guys as fellow consumers and sneakerheads are putting your money into. These, you're not really putting that much of your money into them. I still see these sitting on a variety of websites right now in pretty decent size runs. And so that tells me that either you guys don't like the price or you don't like the shoe. Now again, theme shoes like these tend to be a little difficult to sell because unless you're a really big fan of Space Jam specifically, you're not gonna be a big fan of navy blue / purple looking LeBrons with an orange tongue and a purple tongue on them with all this Space Jam branding on it. You're just really not gonna be a fan of it. And I get that. So, not only do you have to be okay with paying the $225 because you're a fan of LeBron, you're a fan of the shoe, but also because you're a fan of Space Jam. And I think trying to combine all those people together and get them all to buy all the pairs of this shoe that were made, tough sell. I definitely see these going on sale, but when they get down to the 170, 180 range, maybe 160 range, something like that, I think that a lot more of these are gonna fly off the shelf because they honestly are a really good looking shoe outside of the Space Jam branding. But for now, I'm happy with the purchase, again, because I'm such a huge fan of the movie and the franchise. Excited about it. Now it's time for you guys to sound off. Let me know what you guys think, not only of the LeBron 17 Monstars, but also of the upcoming Space Jam 2 movie. Are you looking forward to seeing it? By the way, when the movie comes out, I just want to let you guys know, kids, if you're watching this movie isn't for you. I'm gonna push you out of the way because my 1996 10-year-old self is definitely gonna be wanting to watch the movie with these on, my whole Toon Squad uniform on, and the whole 9 yards. By the way, if you didn't know, Nike also released Toon Squad uniforms and Monstars uniforms along with the sneakers that they've been dropping. So they're doing a whole rollout on this shoe. It's the real deal. Or if you're not a big fan of them, sound off down below and let me know why you're not a big fan of them. Are you not a big fan of the shoe? Are you not a big fan of the price? Or are you not a big fan of Space Jam or Bugs Bunny? I don't know. Sound off down below. Let me know. Of course, write it down in the comments. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Nike LeBron 17 Monstars for the upcoming Space Jam 2 movie. And until next time, I'm out.